There is one sentence no child should ever hear from their mother. One sentence that can break you in ways no stranger ever could. This is the day my mom looked me in the eyes and said, "I wish you were more like me." Not as a compliment, not as a joke, but as a demand. And what she said next destroyed me. This isn't about a mother who just wants her daughter to dress the same. This is about a woman who spent my entire life trying to mold me into her dreams, her failures, her regrets. And when I finally stood up to her, she said the one thing that made me question if I even knew who I was. I never saw it coming. Hi, my name is Claire. I was 8 years old when I first realized my mother saw me as an extension of herself, not a separate person, just a younger version of her. It was a Saturday morning. My mom had signed me up for a children's beauty pageant without asking me. The theme was Little Princesses. She spent weeks sewing a frilly pink gown, curling my hair into tight ringlets, and coaching me on how to smile just right. I was on stage, freezing. The other girls dance. I came in last. I hated it. I fidgeted on stage, my stomach twisting as the judges stared. I forgot my talent, a choreographed dance to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I just froze. The other girls performed flawlessly. I came in last. Diane, my mom, silence is heavier than yelling. In the car ride home, my mom didn't speak. Not until we pulled into the driveway. Then, in a voice so quiet it was worse than yelling, she said, "Cold, quiet. You embarrassed me, Claire. Do you know how hard I worked on that dress? How much money we spent? You're just like me, pretty, but too scared to shine." My face crumples. I didn't understand. I wasn't scared. I just didn't want to be there. But that was the first time I realized my mother didn't see me as Claire. She saw me as Diane, too. Have you ever felt like you were living someone else's life? Like your dreams weren't your own? If you have, I see you. And I'm about to show you how deep this rabbit hole goes. By high school, my mom's expectations had become a second skin I couldn't shed. She picked out my clothes, always feminine, always classy. No jeans, no hoodies, nothing that made me feel like myself. She signed me up for ballet, even though I hated it because she had loved ballet. When I begged to try photography instead, she scoffed. "That's not a real hobby, sweetheart. What are you going to do with that?" The breaking point came when I was 16. I had been secretly writing short stories, dark, twisted little tales about girls who escaped their mothers. I loved it. It was the one thing that was mine. Then my mom found my notebook. Diane rips the page out and tears it in half. "You have a gift, Claire, but this is ugly. You're better than this." My hands shake as she watched the pieces fall. I never wrote another story again after that. If you've ever had a dream crushed by someone who was supposed to love you, smash that like button right now, because this story is for you. I thought college would be my fresh start. I chose the University of Illinois far enough from Naperville that my mom couldn't drop by, but close enough for holidays. I majored in graphic design. I made friends. I even had my first boyfriend, Ethan. Diane on the phone, voice tight. "He's not ambitious enough for you. You need someone who can take care of you, someone like your father." I ignored her. For the first time in my life, I was happy. Then, the summer before my senior year, she called. "I've been thinking. You should move back home after graduation. There's no reason to stay in that tiny apartment in Chicago." I was shocked. Then I said, "Mom, I already have a job lined up at a design firm in the city." It was silence for a moment. Then she said, "You're making a mistake." That was the first time I realized she wasn't just controlling me. She was afraid of losing control. I was visiting my parents for Thanksgiving. My mom had spent the entire day cooking while I helped in silence. Then, as we sat down to eat, she looked at me and said, "You know, I saw your old ballet teacher last week. She said you were the most talented girl she ever taught, but you quit. Just like you quit everything else I tried to give you." My fork clatters onto my mom's plate. "Claire, I didn't quit ballet because I wasn't good at it. I quit because I hated it. Just like I hated the pageants. Just like I hated the way you tried to make me into you." Diane tears in eyes. "That's not fair. I only wanted what was best for you. No. You wanted what was best for you. You wanted a daughter who was just like you. But I'm not. I never was. My mom's face crumples. You don't understand. I had dreams, Claire. Big dreams. And then I got pregnant with you, and I had to give them all up. The least you could do is live the life I should have had. My breath catches. The words hang in the air like poison. So this is about you? You're mad at me because you think I ruined your life? Mom doesn't answer. She just stares at her plate, tears falling into her mashed potatoes. I'm not your second chance, Mom. I'm your daughter, and I deserve to be my own person. She walks out. The door slams. Silence. If you've ever felt like a burden to your own mother, comment, "I see you" below. Because you are not a mistake. You are not a second chance. You are you. The next week, I started therapy. Dr. Shaw was the first person who really listened to me. Your mother doesn't see you as a separate person. She sees you as an extension of herself. That's not love, Claire. That's possession. I cried for an hour. Then, she wipes her eyes and nods. Over the next few months, I did the hard work. I set boundaries. I started writing again. I took a photography class. I stopped apologizing for who I was. But the hardest part was forgiving myself. Because I had spent my whole life trying to make my mother happy. And in the process, I had lost myself. 3 months after Thanksgiving, I wrote my mom a letter. I didn't send it at first. I kept it in my desk drawer, reading it over and over until the paper softened from my fingers. Then, one rainy Tuesday, I mailed it. Mom, I've spent my whole life trying to be the daughter you wanted, but I can't do it anymore. Not because I don't love you, but because I love myself too. You say you gave up your dreams for me, but I never asked you to, and I'm sorry if that hurts you. But I won't spend the rest of my life paying for a choice you made. I'm not your copy. I'm your daughter. And I hope one day you can love me for who I am, not who you wish I was. Love, Claire. She sits at her kitchen table, letter in hand, tears streaming down her face. She didn't call for 2 weeks. I thought that was it, the end of us. Then, one evening, my phone rang. I read your letter. I don't know how to do this. How to love you the way you need. My throat tightens. You start by listening, really listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Long silence. Then, I'll try. I close my eyes. A tear slips out. Over time, the relationship between me and my mom didn't magically fix itself. There were still fights, still moments where my mom slipped back into old habits, still days where I wondered if I'll ever truly be free. But for the first time, I wasn't afraid to set boundaries. For the first time, I wasn't afraid to be myself. And that was enough. Because the truth is, you don't have to be a copy of anyone, not even your mother. If this story touched your heart, please like this video. It helps more than you know. Comment below. Have you ever felt pressured to be someone you're not? I read every single comment. And if you're not subscribed yet, join our family. We're here for the real stories, the hard truths, and the healing. Next week, I will post a story about a father who hired girl to be his daughter's best friend, and I found out why she needed one. You won't want to miss it. I love you guys. See you soon.